My beautiful souls, those who've tasted betrayal, the divine isn't done sharing a message because most people wouldn't understand this, but you do. You gave them your love, your heart, your time, your energy, poured yourself into them, not holding anything back, not leaving an ounce of yourself in reserve, because that's who you are. You love whole, you love fully, and you loved them without condition, without hesitation, without expecting anything more than just equal exchange. And what did you get? Did you get the same level of love, devotion, commitment that you poured into them? No, of course not. What you got was insecurity wrapped in the guise of arrogance, self-doubt, disguised as control, fear masquerading as indifference. Why? Because, beautiful, you're too good for them, and they hated it. Yeah. They would never admit that. They would never tell you that. They would never say it out loud even, probably, but they know. They felt it in their bones every single day they were with you. You shine so bright, you held your head up so high, and you just radiated something that they just can't grasp. And that scares the shit out of them. They're weak. You're that thing they don't understand, they can't control. Your goodness, your strength, your light makes them feel small, made them feel less than, made them feel insecure because you, my beautiful friends, represent something that they could never be. They could never match your love, your loyalty, your compassion. They could never stand shoulder to shoulder with you the same you could stand with them. That makes them uncomfortable. You know, people like that, they don't know how to handle people who are better than them. They can't appreciate someone who doesn't just meet the standard, they exceed it. It makes them feel inadequate, like they could never measure up. They don't seem to realize that with you, they would elevate and grow. So they try to chip away at your confidence, dimming your light so that they just don't have to face their shortcomings, making you feel like you're the problem, turning it all around on you. You're too much, you're expecting too much, you're too demanding, too intense, too perfect. And not because it's true, but because they can't handle the reflection of their own flaws when they look at you. You were too good for them, and they couldn't stand it. But they didn't leave right away, did they? No. They stuck around, feeding up your goodness, soaking up all that love, using it to prop themselves up, to make themselves feel better. And all the while, there was this gnawing pit of fear in their stomachs, this deep-seated insecurity that whispered, "You don't deserve this. You'll never be enough for them." So what did they do? Did they rise? Did they try to meet you where you stood, knowing that, or feeling that your love was worthy of reciprocation? But no, they let what weak people do. They let their insecurity drive them, control them, and twist them into something disgusting and ugly instead of facing their own inadequacy. They turned their anger, their frustration, and their self-loathing onto you, making you the villain in their story. You, beautiful soul. Like somehow what you had done made them feel small, so they pushed you away, treating you like you needed to fix yourself, like you were too much to handle. You and your purity and your love. And you probably believed it for a while, didn't you? You doubted yourself. Maybe you were too much. Maybe you asked too much. Maybe you are expecting too much of yourself, of others. But let me tell you something right now. You know it was never you. It was them. Always them. They couldn't handle you because you're a reflection of everything that they wish they are and aren't. You're that light that exposes their shadows, the goodness that makes them feel unworthy. And instead of facing that truth, they ran from that and you. And when they finally left, because they all leave, don't they? They made it seem like it was their choice, like they were doing you a favor by walking away from you. But here's the truth. They didn't leave you because they wanted to. They left because they couldn't keep up. They left because your presence was too big and it made them feel too small. And now that they're gone, what do? Trying to make you feel like you lost something, making it seem like their absence is some kind of punishment to you. They're doing you a disservice by not being in your life. How delusional. You lost nothing. You gained everything. You gain freedom from the insecurity of people that would never, ever love you. You gain space to be who you truly are and to attract people who would truly value you without having to shrink yourself to make somebody else feel comfortable. Like, you love yourself the way they never did. And they are now just gaining nothing but regret. They'll probably pretend they're fine forever, act like they're moving on, like they found something or someone even comparable to you. But when they're alone, the truth is eating at them right at this very second. They let the best thing they ever had slip through their fingers and they'll never get it back. And they're stuck with these insecurities, doubts, and fears forever, knowing that no matter how hard they try, they won't ever find a you again. And you're not waiting around. And even though that's the best revenge of all, right? Isn't it? You're free. You're free to live your life without the weight of their insecurities at all, to shine as bright as you want and to receive as much love as you want. You're free to be the incredible, beautiful, powerful person that you've always been, and the true people in your life will value that and will rise with you. So the ones that stay behind are meant to stay behind. You move on. You move forward. Leave them in the fucking dust where they belong. You do not waste your time thinking about them. I feel called to say, twin flame or not, the truth is, their choice is their problem. They couldn't handle your light, your strength, and your goodness, and that's their loss. You don't dim your light for anybody. You don't make yourself small to make someone else feel big. You shine so bright that the whole fucking world sees how incredible you are. And if they can't get close to you, that's star quality. Their problem. People like that come and go. They'll drift in and out of your life. They'll take what they can from you and they'll feed off your energy, your love, your light. They won't stick around because they're weak. They're not secure enough. They're not good enough. And that's okay. It's not your burden to bear. It's theirs. Your job is to keep being beautiful. The beautiful person you've always been. Some of those people could be beautiful with you. Don't wait for them, though. You will always be beautiful. And the sooner that you realize that, the sooner that you'll walk away from the pain, the doubt, and the insecurity that they projected onto you and into a plethora of what's meant for you. Without anybody's insecurities holding you back. Small spaces. Trust when I say, too, that they're going to come back. They want another chance at your life as soon as they see you rise. You do not let small, insecure people gain opportunity in your life. If they weren't with you through the struggle, they will not be permitted to stick with you at the top. So walk with your head held high. Love with the fullness and the depth that you are. And know that anyone's inability to not appreciate that is their loss, not yours. They didn't leave because you weren't enough. They left because they weren't enough. To them, right? I know as you're hearing that, you're like, no, they were enough to me. Again, their loss. You saw it. They didn't. It's not your problem. Never was. Let me tell you this right now. My beautiful souls, when you finally let go, and trust me, it's weird. Sometimes it takes so long. And then you just find this peace, knowing that the burden of their insecurities and their doubt in you or in them, it's not your problem. You didn't need them. You never needed anyone. You didn't need them to validate your worth. You needed them in your life because you loved them. You valued them. You wanted them. They didn't want you. So now without them holding you back, you're becoming a force too powerful to be ignored. A light too bright to be dimmed and a soul too strong to ever be crushed again. Let them go. Let them live with the doubts, the fears, the insecurities, and the karma, and the knowledge knowing that they won't find someone like you ever again. They absolutely won't even come close. So just keep shining. The people that are meant to stay behind you will become a distant memory. And the people that are supposed to be holding your hand will be there soon. I love you.